Okay, so I have to be very careful on how I characterize innovation and adaptation and evolution because relative to your deficits, the innovation, adaptation, and evolution will be seen as an attack. And to someone who doesn't have as many deficits, it will be an upgrade. Yeah, it'll be uncomfortable. You'll be hawking out mucus. It'll be energetic, but it's something that you'll survive and then you'll learn from and also develop unique skills and abilities that maybe someone else would not develop. And so you have to understand that animals and humans have been cut from the same cloth. They are classified and characterized with different genotypes and phenotypes, and then put together to assimilate. I mean, man's supposed to be the stewards of the animals, but how do you evolve a lagging population? How do you innovate a population that is not bringing itself up to the level of each other, and then people's exposure to each other is now become not an innovation and an assimilation, but now has become more of an attack? Well, where do these attacks come from? When you're using food and animal proteins and human proteins as an aggressive therapy like oncology. I mean, it's one thing to walk into an environment where things are relatively calm and the responses to people's exposure to each other are relatively calm, but when somebody has an aggressive response to somebody else, that then goes viral. I mean, when someone is angry and then people are taking on the anger and they get angry at each other and they don't know why, that's like a virus. It's the emotions like a virus. So then you take something that's very aggressive, like an oncology type of therapy, where it's a direct attack against a person's DNA. Relative to the person, how much energy they hold inside will be relative to how energetic their body's defense system spits out a virus. That's what viruses are. They are the defense systems relative to the host. And when viruses are very aggressive, it's the host that spit it out had an aggressive response to that specific attack. But where did that virus come from? Well, you know, when animals in their mucus, they have defense systems in their mucus. When that's used as an oncology type of therapy, now you're directly using an animal's protein, their defenses, all their different DNA. You're using their protein as something antibiotic, something to stop the growth, to block evolution, to block intelligence. Then the body has to build a defense system against it. And if the person has Parkinson's and other diseases, energetic diseases, you know, with all these different viral variants that are all over the place, then their response, their aggressive assimilation response, is then captured in a mucus when they're coughing, sneezing, whatever, after they've done all the therapies, the oncology therapies. That then is captured into a vial, purified, studied, used as another therapy against something else. And then this is where things go viral. And so then what may have been, aggressive in one part of the world, okay, when science is using everybody's monoclonal antibodies, everybody's DNA for the therapies, this is why you see then different reactions as far as people's exposure to either the direct therapies or somebody who is releasing their reaction to a therapy that their body built a defense against, and it's releasing the excess, and then you're picking it up. And that's why I showed you the picture of the virus, because viruses are animal-made, man-made. Viruses come from biodiversity, and they can innovate and destroy relative to the strength or the weakness of that specific population. And so humans are extremely intelligent. They can destroy themselves with evolution, or they can build themselves up. And with how our societies have been run, where we have allowed so much growth, whether it's cancer or we have so many people bearing children, then there has to be a way to well, there has to be a way to diplomatically allow people to go through their life at a faster rate and pass away, as well as give other people the choice to stand up against this and deal with it and feed the body, release the excess so it doesn't work against you, and hunker down because you are in a microbial war. So yeah, so I had to really get clear on how I was going to characterize viruses, because they can be an extremely amazing thing called innovation, evolution, adaptation. Give people extraordinary gifts because you're taking components of animals that have specific abilities and skills, and you're merging it with the humans, and you can call it chimerism, chimerism, whatever you want to call it. People think it's ethically wrong to do that. Well, whatever. And then people become stronger, more advanced, because they're taking on aspects. Like maybe their vision has become like a cheetah, and they have the sixth sense of a dog. They're not a dog, but they're taking components of these animals that will innovate them. But yeah, the assimilation can be quite jolting, quite energetic. And then people have the opportunity to take specific protective measures. Okay, but again, you don't keep that to yourself. And so now it really is seeing who's going to be the strongest left standing. That's what it comes down to. So I had to really redo this video from my last video I just did, so people understand that the more that we try to protect ourselves against something, the more we're going to realize the issues, unless we know how to release and retain in a balanced way and understand how to deal with mucus and understand how to deal with food, and know that you have people out there using food as medicine, so that way your food supply is a weapon against you, which means that your body builds a defense and negating the nutritional benefit. So you have to know that. And so many people out there have a lot to assimilate to, because people are purging out their body's defense systems. And it has a lot of DNA, a lot of information they have to figure out and reconcile and file and release and retain. And it's like running an office. It's like running an office. But an office full of 7.9 billion people's files, and trying to differentiate between the stuff that's going to take the company down or what's going to help the company stay afloat. And if you don't have that kind of intelligence in your body, yeah, all the information is going to cannibalize you. Good luck. Bye.